Ladies, it's your time to shine with all things fabulous with First for Women on Afternoon Express. For insurance with a host of fabulous benefits, call 0861 11 18 44 or SMS FIRST to 49267.
Good afternoon, South Africa, and a very warm welcome to Afternoon Express. I'm Jeannie D.
And I'm Bonnie Booley. Thank you so much for joining us. Jeannie, your shoes are bringing the heat. You've got to see her shoes.
I do try.
And of course, it's Thursday, so it's all about beautiful you. We bring you some beauty and fashion inspiration. Today, we speak to international model and artist Elana Drago, who's all the way from Brazil. She's one of the best in the business.
And she's about this tall. She's basically an Amazonian goddess. We also bring you another series of our fabulous fashion series. And we bring you one of our favorite Durban-based designers, Sibu Msimang, who's brought some select pieces to our loft.
And of course, we're not rolling alone. We're with the ever-diligent Danilo.
Danilo, what's happening?
Thank you so much, ladies. My name is Danilo Acquisto, and welcome to Afternoon Express. I'm standing by with one of the ladies who's also known as the First Lady of Fashion, Marianne Fassler. Very warm welcome to our loft.
Thank you. It's very exciting to be here.
It is very exciting to have you in our loft today because I feel very nervous. I mean, you're hours away from your Cape Town fashion show. You're going to be showcasing some of your stuff. Plus, you brought a quick little sneak peek and teaser for us in the loft today. What can we expect?
Well, I hope to surprise you.
Ooh.
I mean, it's a sneak peek, really, but I'm also nervous. If you're nervous, I'm
You know what? I'm nervous because every time there's a fashion designer in our loft, I always feel like they're judging me. I feel like they're looking at me like, should he have worn that with that? Not too short. Don't judge
You're
me.
lucky I don't dress boys.
Fantastic. Also joining us in the loft today is everyone's favorite chef and food stylist, Claire Winstanley. Now, Claire, you're using bacon today in our recipe. I'm very excited.
Always bacon, love bacon. If in doubt, put bacon in it.
What are we making?
So beautiful maple syrup soaked bacon into a delicious bread and extra cheddar cheese on top of that.
Oh, it's one of those recipes you want to keep for all time. AfternoonExpress.co.za. Our recipe and shopping list is available for you over there. We'll also post it on our Facebook page, Afternoon Express. But if you want to tweet us during today's show at Afternoon Chat, use the hashtag Afternoon Express. Now, we've got a beautiful woman standing by on our couch now with Bonnie. Her name is Elana Drago.
Thanks, Danilo. Born and raised in Brazil, international model Alana Drago was discovered and started modeling when she was only 14. Since then, she's lived and worked in London, New York, Germany, Paris, and Milan, and has been represented by top agencies around the world. Now she resides in Cape Town, where she works with the top local fashion designers, as well as being a creative director and artist. Welcome to the loft, Elana.
Thank you very much for having me.
Jeannie did say you were a goddess, and yes, you are.
No, Jeannie herself is a goddess. I don't know about that, but thank you.
Now, you've worked with some really big names in the fashion industry. Gianfranco Ferré, Diane von Furstenberg. What has been your proudest moment?
I think working with Gianfranco Ferré was amazing. It's a different game, you know, but I think you always feel nervous, and working with, in general, I think with the local, for me as well, the local design is always a pleasure to work with them.
Right.
So my proudest moment, I think, is just to represent women, you know, and be proud of who you are. That's what I think that's what I...
You say it's a different game, and immediately I think cutthroat, I think high pressure. How does that international world differ from the work you've done locally?
Everywhere you end up going, you realize how difficult it is, that market, for whatever reason. But I think when you talk about the big fashion labels, the hips have always been the problem. Being in shape. Being in shape is a very, what other people do it for health and for their own, whatever they like their body to look like. Our body has to look like something that someone is telling you, you know. You have to fit into certain things. So it's my job to be my body is my job. And it's very difficult to separate that sometimes, where you know, you're a model, you're a product, but you're a model and you're a person. And then you balancing that is quite interesting, because sometimes you're in the best shape for modeling, but you might not like that. I sometimes was very thin and I was unhappy with it because I didn't look my best for me, but that's what was best for my job. These days, you know, there's a lot of talk about models not being so thin anymore on the catwalk and everything, but I don't think that's truly still there yet. I hope we do get there. But yeah, so it's very difficult in that sense. You have to be very skinny, you have to fit into the samples, and, you know,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, you've been modeling since you were 14. I modeled when I was much younger, and I found it such a high-pressure environment, and you had to have such a thick skin.
Yeah.
I mean, did you ever feel like, I'm not cut out for this, I'm not strong enough for this? Because how do you maintain that level of always looking good, always feeling beautiful, and always being confident?
Yeah, I don't think you always feel beautiful.
Yeah.
I think you do your best.
To fake it sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, you're down, but you put a smile on your face and you just do what you need to do.
Yeah.
I think professionalism is very important in this business, Sometimes your emotional might take over, you just keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
But I really believe that my mother taught me to, when life puts you down, get up, stand
dust
up.
yourself off.
I think it's any profession.
Yes.
I must be honest. I think
Yes.
everyone needs to just be able to continue doing. I think if the door closes, you need to go and find a way to open the next one. It is a difficult industry because it does make you, from a young age, you have to be very responsible.
And resilient.
Yeah. And normally you don't have your family around you because you're traveling everywhere, speaking. Maybe in a country you don't speak the language. Maybe you haven't got paid because normally models take 3 months to get paid. And
I know.
that's all this that influences your life.
You have to have smarts about
so you really have to, and wherever you are in the world, you have to be very grateful to be able to do something like that.
Right.
And then, I mean, how many people in the world can do that for work? And that's what motivated me, the traveling.
Awesome.
Always wanted to do that. So.
Speaking of traveling, you were born in Brazil, and you now reside in Cape Town.
Yes.
What drew you to Cape Town? Why did you settle there?
Well, I was scouted by an agency here about 11 years ago to model here. And I had heard there was a beautiful place. I had no idea about anything about South Africa, as much as a lot of people from South Africa don't know about Brazil. It was amazing the first time I got here. I just felt, I looked at Table Mountain, Lion's Head, I knew I would come back here. I knew one day I would live here, and every year since then I came back. And sometimes work only got better, thank God, but I think it was something that, because it was inside me to stay here. And then I continually came here, and I just made so many good friends, and now, I mean, I got married here, and in love with my husband, but I've been coming here for 11 years. And Cape Town, South Africa in general, people here are just
And now you love Cape Town so much, and you've become such a big part of it that you've now established yourself as a creative director and an artist. And you've recently become
still
part
in the beginning of that.
Yeah,
that's always been a dream. No, definitely. Slowly getting there. I had a good chance to work with the
Art 54
project. That is, I work on the side of the bench project, the artistic bench project of the Art 54, where it was, it's a project that basically, it's a temporary artwork for the public in the Ward 54, that is the Sea Point Promenade and Camps Bay and Bentry. So all the Atlantic seaboard. And I was invited to be the project manager of project of Art 54 artistic bench project. And then I ended up creating one of the benches as well. So it was very nice to be able to have that opportunity to have my bench for people, families to sit and enjoy seeing the kids play in the playground.
Yeah, that's awesome. You've also worked with some big local names like Kluk, Tula Cindy, David Tlale, and of course Marianne Fassler, who's joining us in the loft a little later, and she's going to show us some of her range. What has it been like working with Marianne Fassler over the years?
Marianne is so creative. For me, she's eccentric and in such a happy way. Her textures and the colors that she works with, for me, the combination are just not only very proudly African in the sense of, because African is such a mix. So I think that she comes out with that.
Yes, and it's so vast,
but she's also very feminine, and I think the South African woman is feminine, very feminine.
Yes.
So I think she's one of the best, definitely. She's happy. Every time I walk for her, it's this powerful thing you feel, Very proud when I work for her.
Any young women who are watching out there and thinking to themselves, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful, I want to be a model and I want to be as successful as she is, what advice do you have for them? What does it actually take?
I think it takes belief. You really need to know if that's exactly what you want. It's not easy, so people need to understand that it's not about beauty. It's about believing in yourself and being a good person. you know, and fighting for what is right, and you know, not trying to go in the shortcuts, getting the right agency, you know, people that you can trust and can understand, and do your research before you decide to go to any agency. A lot of people trying to take your money and do things that is not fair, you know, because models have to fight for themselves to survive. So, and if you do get into modeling, make sure you enjoy and you just, you know, make sure that you are a centered individual that really, you know, with great ideas and with great, proud of yourself, you know, that not going to allow yourself to go into the difficult side of modeling where the drugs and it's all there.
Right.
It's all there. It's up to you to decide, and that's not the right road to go. You know, being healthy, being happy, being grateful.
Being grounded, Elana, thanks so much. That is such solid advice.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Thanks. Thank you, Bonnie.
A reminder to go out and get your 50 Rand off South Africa's #1 foundation just by purchasing Revlon Color Stay Foundation now in July at any leading retail and pharmacy store nationwide. Take a selfie with the product and you and your +1, your bestie or your lover, could win a 24-hour experience in Bonang's life. Hanging here on set, enjoying the city life, dining out at night at her favorite restaurant, staying at her favorite hotel, and turning love on, whether you're in love or looking for love. So just take a pic of you and your Revlon Color Stay Foundation, like these viewers have already done, and tweet at Afternoon Tat, #Foundation Fridays, #LoveIsOn, or post it on our Facebook page, Afternoon Express. This amazing prize, valued at 25,000 Rand, includes an all-expenses-paid trip to Cape Town for 2, dinner at an A-list restaurant, plus a 10,000 Rand shopping spree. So get tweeting now. Don't forget the hashtags. #Foundation Fridays, #LoveIsOn.
Express yourself. Express yourself.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. So in the kitchen today, we're making one of those recipes you definitely want to keep on hand. You know when you walk into one of those malls and the grocery shop and you see those beautiful loaves of bread that have got lots of flavor in them? We're making one in the kitchen today with Claire. So it includes bacon and maple syrup, and I'm super, super excited. So Claire, first of all, where can we get started with bread? Because it's a long process.
It is a long process, but this one, as you say, is the hero item. You just want this on your table with butter.
It becomes a meal in itself, which I love.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. So to get started, we're going to start with our yeast, which is, you know, you want to create like a little starter almost. So the sugar goes in there. The sugar helps activate the yeast. A little bit of your hot water. Well, let's say warm water, not hot. I don't know if you want to give that a little bit of a stir.
I'll keep that mixing to get those lumps out for you.
Actually, you know what's easier? Had we poured the water first and then you sprinkle the yeast over, that actually helps it stop those lumps forming. So that's going to, in a perfect world, we'll give it like 5 minutes to sort of start to froth and bubble and really activate that yeast.
Okay, so we're not going to let that stand for now. I just want to show everyone on the rest.
Exactly. So just as soon as you've got the lump sort of done, then we'll pop it in here. So you're going to make a well in your flour. That's going to help mix and incorporate easier. Okay. And then goes our water with the rest of that. And
so the rest of warm water.
Some table salt. You just want to use the fine salt because that is going to
dissolve easier.
And it mixes easier in your dough. Okay, then let's put some of the water in here in the meantime.
So I could pour this in because the rest of it's stuck to my spoon, so that's actually fine.
I'm going to just not put all the water in yet, because the thing with bread baking is that depending on the climate and the temperature and the humidity of where you live, it's going to influence the amount of water you go in. And it could just be like a little bit of water, less, a little bit more, but you just want to feel it out. The thing with bread baking is an organic process. You've got to learn the bread and understand it, and sometimes the first time it doesn't. I mean, the first time I made bread, it did not work out.
Yeah. I used to take this old pizza dough, and I used to put this old pizza dough as a child. Whenever we were done making our pizza, we were full. Just make a little ball of it and put it in the oven. Doesn't work the way you would have expected.
No, like it is a learning process,
yes.
And it's a practice make perfect kind of thing to do. Okay, let's add a little bit more. You see, you can already feel that we're going to need a bit more, and also don't get too excited about adding all the water at the same time, because as you mix, the more you mix, it slowly incorporates, it slowly absorbs that water, and a lot of times people go, oh no, add more.
Yes, it doesn't dry. Okay, cool.
I'm going to ask you to clear up over here. Let's roll up those sleeves a little bit. I'm just going to start this.
Well, my sleeves are sort of rolled out, so you want me to do that for you? So just kind of get all that flour in there?
Yeah, just kind of incorporate it all. And the thing with kneading is that you want to sort of go from the edge, grab and pull, grab and pull, grab and pull. And that's going to, that action is what's going to kind of bring it all together. Okay, what I'm actually thinking is that we're going to need a little bit more water. So I'm
Okay.
going to just run over here.
That's
Have a
fine.
little
So
bit more.
I'm just going to obviously keep pressing this side here. I can feel the dough is already nice and warm and the clumps are starting to come out. That's what also
Well,
is
the
a-
warmth is coming from the warm water. Just a smidgen. Like I
just to
said,
help
don't
me
go
through
crazy.
there. Okay. How sort of dry do you want your consistency of your dough itself?
You want it wet.
As wet as possible.
No, not as wet as possible. You want it to feel spongy and light. If it's too little water, it's going to feel hard as a rock and actually incredibly difficult to knead.
Yeah.
If it's too wet, you're going to end up with long, stringy,
Mushy.
wet, mushy
Okay.
fingers. You know, certain breads actually require that wet dough, like a chia butter. That's you're looking for.
Okay,
But
you want it
this,
to rise nice and get those nice air bubbles in between.
this we're looking for a wet dough, but not an incredibly.
Yeah, I still need a bit more than
A little bit more water. Okay, go for it.
So it seems like the climate in the loft today is not the climate we were hoping.
Okay, now we can probably dump it out onto the table.
I know you're not making this bread just with dough like this. You're adding a whole bunch of cool
Okay, well,
twists to
first
it.
things first, once you've kneaded that, it's going to be nice and smooth. That's your target, is smooth dough. As you sort of push your thumb into it, so now you can see it's not smooth at all. You want to push your thumb into it and it kind of just pulls back a little
up
bit.
at you. Okay,
Nice
cool.
and slowly, nice and easily, and that's what you're looking for in terms of the readiness of the dough. Then into a bowl that we've just put a little bit of oil, not too much oil because you don't want to add too much fat and liquid to it. So get it nice and coated. Then that's going to go in there. Plastic wrap and in a nice warm place. It's difficult in winter, but keep it close to the oven. Or, you know,
A kettle if you make a lot of tea or
yeah,
coffee. during the day.
don't put it in an oven that's turned on, but near the oven, just something that feels a little bit warmer than your typical
Usual
freezing
spot.
cold
Nice,
winter
a
room.
nice, really cool space actually is on top of the microwave. The microwave gets nice and warm at the top of it. It always remains nice and warm if you've got a little bit of a space there.
Yeah, so then that goes in there. That's going to proof for about an hour or until doubled in size. Again, the winter time, depending on the temperature in your room, it's going to take a little bit longer to rise and prove. So plus minus an hour. But you're going to start with it about this size, and literally when it's doubled in size, you're good to go.
Amazing.
And then we're going to go
so
over
you've
to
already
maple
popped
bacon.
one kind of into the oven because we want to get that one done so we can show people how to do the layering. I think we want to show
Not into
people...
the oven, we've already proved
Oh,
one.
proved it. Okay, cool. So we want to put it into, show you how to put the bacon and the maple syrup in. Well, Claire, thanks. I'm going to need this until it's ready to rock and roll. But from food to fashion, Bonnie's standing by on the couch with Sibu Msimang as we talk about Durban fashion.
This season, Skip has teamed up with 3 talented designers from around South Africa to create unique fashion ranges inspired by and designed for the city they love. Today, we're joined by the designer of the My Fabulous Durban collection, Sibu Msimang. Welcome to the loft, Sibu.
Thanks for having me.
Sibu, how did you get into the fashion design industry? Have you always loved clothes?
I've always loved fashion. I remember when I was about 9 years old, I used to watch a program on CNN. It was a program which is very similar to fashion TV. When I finished matric, I went to study to become a chef.
Oh, wow.
And then I studied for 3 years, and then I got a job. I used to start work at 10:30 in the morning. So before work, I used to go to the library. So on this one day, I went to the library as usual, and then I found this bright yellow book that just caught my eye.
What was it about?
The title of the book was Do It, A Guide to Living Your Dreams. The book was about how we as people get stuck in the comfort zone and we don't have enough courage to go out and achieve our dreams. Yeah, so after I read the book, my life was just never the same again.
So this book changes your life, and then what did you do?
I spoke to my mother. I told her that I'd like to go and study fashion, and she said, "You're crazy." And then I went and enrolled at the Durban University of Technology for a national diploma in fashion design.
For another 3 years?
Yes, for another 3 years.
Oh my gosh, I'm glad you found that yellow book, eh?
Me too.
Now, we've been following the design process of the My Fabulous fashion ranges on Instagram and here on the show. What has the whole experience been like for you?
It's been amazing. It's been so eye-opening because we're so busy just trying to get through the day. We miss so many beautiful things around us.
What unique features about Durban inspired your particular fashion range?
It's the people. The people are very friendly. I mean, Durban wouldn't be Durban without its people. It's the landscapes, it's the paintings by Bria Station, which I love so much. I actually used a picture that was sent through Instagram as the main fabric for my range. I obviously had to reshoot the picture just to get the right amount of pixels.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then you had the
had it digitally
fabric
printed,
digitally printed. That's
Yes.
so awesome. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. What a pretty dress. It's so much fun.
Thank you so much. I wanted to create something fun, something flirty, something you can dress up or down. I feel that this outfit captures the real spirit of Durban fashion. The print was inspired by a painting on Bria Station. The painting is called Nomkhubulwane. Nomkhubulwane was a goddess of rain, fertility, and nature.
Wow.
So the print was digitally printed onto fabric, and then I created a dress out of it.
Oh, wow, that's incredible. And that band in the middle, is that any relation to Durban in particular?
Durban has a very rich Zulu culture.
Yes.
And you normally find those patterns on the beadwork.
Of course.
So
yes.
the pattern was inspired by.
Wonderful. And I love the shoes. They are so
Thank
much
you.
fun.
I
Did you
had
hand
them.
paint
Yes,
those?
I had them hand painted. And the cap was actually inspired by a picture that was sent on the My Fabulous Instagram of two very cool-looking ladies with snapbacks. But the snapbacks were embroidered with New York. So I thought, why not Umlazi? Because that's where I come from.
Yes, that's where
why
you
not
come
Kwamashu?
from.
Why not Durban North?
And what do we have here?
Oh, here we have a very soft and feminine chiffon top, which is worn over a nice pair of high-waisted pants. I wanted to create something very soft and feminine and flowy. And the color is inspired by turmeric, which is
Yes.
a spice.
Which makes lovely
Durban
curry.
has a very rich Indian culture, so I wanted to capture that.
Oh, that is so clever. I love the detail at the back of the blouse.
Thank you.
I see you've used a lot of those bangles. I went to Durban, to the Durban market, and I got a whole bunch of them. I think I must have bought like 50 of them.
I love the color. They're very nice when you stack them up.
Yes, they
Because
do.
when you wear only one, it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't really have an impact,
Yeah.
does it? Okay, awesome. Right, what do we have here?
Here we have the digitally printed fabric on the top, and the actual necklace is called umgunqulu. And I wanted to create a very feminine, 40s inspired dress.
Yes.
Which you can dress up or down.
Oh, wow, it's gorgeous. It's
And
actually a dress.
the color of the skirts is actually called masala, which is also inspired by spices.
By spices
Yes.
and Durban curries. Wow. I think Durban has been really well represented here, and I'm sure everyone will agree.
Yes, Joburg and Cape Town have nothing on it. Yeah.
What do you want women to enjoy most about this range?
It's fun. I wanted to create a range that was fun, a range that you can dress up or down.
So what you wear dictates, or your mood dictates what you
Yes,
wear that day.
very much.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sibu. You have an absolutely beautiful range. Well done.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
What we saw today were just a few looks from Sibu's My Fabulous Durban collection. And if you want to see the full fashion range, don't miss the big reveal at the Skip Fashion Exchange happening in Johannesburg on Thursday, the 13th of August. Details on how to buy tickets are on the screen now, or you can visit the Afternoon Express website for more info. We're also giving away a 6-month supply of Skip to keep your clothes beautiful. Simply SMS the keyword Skip along with your name and city to 33728 and we could be calling you to claim your prize. Don't go away, because when we return, we're talking glamorous high tea and more cooking in the kitchen.
Express yourself.
Skip loves your clothes as much as you do.
Whether you're high or low, you got to chip on the tightrope. Keep on it. 1, 2, 3, now. Express yourself.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, I hope during the ad break you guys went to www.afternoonexpress.co.za and downloaded all of our recipes, because right now we're making one of those ones you want to keep forever and ever. We're making a delicious loaf of bread. It's layered with bacon and maple syrup. It's a perfect savory dish for any meal that you're making at home. So, Claire, we've let this prove, which is a word I've learned today. Bread proves, or dough proves. We now need to start doing the layering and stuff, right?
Yes, indeed. And you're just gonna help it out on here a little bit.
Naturally, it's going to stick a little bit to the bottom. You did put your oil in the
Absolutely.
bowl, but it'll naturally stick, and that's
Yes.
okay.
So don't worry here about knocking all that air out, because we're going to do that. Let's lift it up. And there we go.
There we go. Nicely
Okay,
done.
so flour on the table, probably a little bit more.
Cool. So before you didn't want to put the flour into the mixture because you didn't want it to get involved in the
Yeah, you didn't want to
dough.
add excess flour to the amount that you've sort of
Okay.
weighed out.
But now that it's proved you are happy to let it just sort of...
You absolutely have to. You actually don't really have a choice. If you prop it onto the table now, you're just going to get stuck.
You're going to roll it out like a little pizza.
Yeah, we're looking for a rough rectangle. Let's not get too technical about it. And then again, just flour, 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 because it keeps... It's going to keep sticking and you don't want that.
Cool.
Don't be too scared at this stage to add too much flour. You really... I mean, this little sprinkle is just... It's
not doing
minimal.
much.
It
Okay,
really
cool.
is minimal. And then if it starts sticking, you can add it to your... rolling pin. Okay, that's kind of what we're looking for here. We're just going to slightly chop off the corners just to make it a rectangle
Pop it in the bowl.
without cutting
Do you need
the
these
table. You know, you can.
Decorations,
if you've got a
whatever.
big loaf tin, no, not decorations. If you've got a big loaf tin, I do like your
I don't
initiative.
know, I'm just thinking, maybe put it on top and make it this little flower thing.
Can you
You're
try?
very creative.
Show me something.
So you'll just add like a little knot like this, and imagine putting like a little mini croissant on the top of your dish. No? 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 Okay, that's going in there. All right.
Okay, so a rough rectangle. Now you're aiming for something a similar size to your loaf tin. So let's go about there. But on that note of that decoration of yours, which looked fabulous, we
See, I do give you good ideas, okay?
we can use you don't want to waste. So we're going to use all of this. Again, we're going to roll it out and fill up the loaf tin. If you've got a big loaf tin, you're going to probably need to use all of your excess dough.
Okay. Explain what you're doing here, because you're cutting this into strips and making
So
it
like I
fit.
said, so we're aiming for a rough size of our loaf tin.
I see, so you're going to be layering these things. You can put a layer of dough at the bottom,
So,
then other stuff,
you
and
know,
then...
you get those bread doughs where you kind of knead in the ingredients,
Yes.
and it's
Tomatoes
cool,
and-
and like every now and again you get a bite of whatever is inside.
flavours.
Yeah, like every 12 slices you get a bite of something. This bread, you're gonna get a bite of something in every bite. I'm not joking.
Okay,
there.
cool.
So this is the
there's method to your
solution
madness.
to a bite of deliciousness in every bite.
My brother would be so pleased with you because he's one of those guys, he has a food of plate, he has to have a bit of everything in his mouth on his fork, others won't eat it. So he needs to have a bit of the whatever, if it's peas, and then a bit of the meat, and then a bit of the whatever else to make
I mean,
sure
the
that
thing
he
when
gets
you
it.
develop a recipe, you do it because the flavors all work well together.
Yes.
They complement each other. So you want them to you want to taste them all together.
All together, yes.
So I'm going to let you do that.
What am I
Go for
doing?
it. So this is melted butter. We're just going to add that onto there.
Onto all of them?
Onto all of it.
Okay, cool.
So the thing with the melted butter is flavor. It stops the pieces from sort of just sticking together, and then you don't get the beautiful pulling apart kind of action with all the different flavors in there.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
can do something
take
else to just show
some of our sage leaves, which we've just flash fried in a little bit of olive oil. The reason we did that is because we don't want to put raw sage leaves in.
Okay.
It's quite a robust herb, and just sort of flash frying a little bit, it brings out the flavor and just sort
Makes
of
a crispiness too,
yeah,
so
crispy and
dissolves in the mouth.
dissolves in the mouth and just really tastes yummy. So a mixture of
Sorry, I'm taking it
herbs all over. We're
not.
not going to get precious about the way this is going to go.
As long as you get a bit on each side, it's all cool.
Absolutely.
I'm done.
Okay, over there. Okay, then now you're going to start with the bacon. So now what
Yay.
we've done with the bacon, this is the maple syrup bacon, which quite possibly is my favorite thing in the world. Bacon and maple syrup. I mean, come on.
So you're gonna put two pieces on one, by the way.
Go for it.
So how
Okay.
did you do this bacon? Explain to me how you've done
Okay,
that.
so what we've done is we just laid it out into that tray,
Okay.
piece by piece, because you want it to keep separate so that it gets all nice and crispy. And then every sort of 5 to 10 minutes, brush on some maple syrup. That then caramelizes onto the bacon and just makes it so beautiful and delicious. So it kind of looks like it's burnt, but it's actually not. It's the sugars that have caramelized on there. So you
Amazing.
can lay it on like you are, piece by piece, or you can also just break
it
it
up,
up
and
and just
crumble
throw
it
it
on.
all over there. Okay, and then sprinkle with cheese. Again, all over the place. Let's just go for it. Because you're going to pick up those pieces and add it to it afterwards. So don't worry about anything going to waste.
Shall I start packing
Okay,
this one?
this is for easy packing. Y'all go for it. This is for easy packing in your loaf tin. Just pop piece by piece and just give it a little bit of a push down.
Just make sure that it all stays compact.
Pop
This
that
is
on
so
there.
fascinating. I've never done this in a lifetime. We're
And
making
like
like
everyone can get involved in the family and do this. 'cause this is
Yes.
like
It's a fun dish to make.
Like I said, this is the hero item of your table for the day. So like a yummy lunch, butter, and this. So let's get everyone involved and enjoy it. Okay, you're gonna help me hold that up like this. This is
Done.
for, again, easy packing and stacking.
All
And then
right.
this goes in here. Okay, we maybe cut them a little bit too big. Squeeze.
Squash
Okay,
it
let's
in
put
and
it
put it in
this
this
way.
way. Okay.
We're gonna pop it that way. And then this goes on here.
That side.
Okay, and then lift it up. So that excess space is what I was talking about earlier.
Make a third one.
Depending on the size of your loaf tin, you're gonna take all of this, roll it back up, flatten it out, and fill that up.
Amazing.
Then that proves again for about another 45 minutes to an hour, just until it starts bulging and getting all
Lekker.
you know, puffy.
Amazing.
And a little bit more cheese on top into the oven at, let's say 200 degrees to start it, because you want to puff up that bread.
Okay, poof, poof, poof. to get
Immediately
the
turn it
puff
down
out.
to 180, about 45 minutes, and it is perfection.
Oh, so this is going to get popped into the oven for the next 45 minutes or so and is the perfect dish to take with you to your next celebration that you attend. And speaking of which, high tea is synonymous with celebrations and special occasions. Well, Bonnie was invited to a high tea themed baby shower celebration. Let's take a look.
Now, anyone who knows me knows that I absolutely love babies and anything to do with babies. So when Anzette invited me to celebrate her baby shower with her, I just couldn't resist. And I come bearing gifts, of course. Baby showers have changed quite a bit over the years, and they can be fun and unique to match a vivacious mom or a sophisticated affair for the romantic mom. The current trend is a high tea with chic eats and treats to celebrate the new arrival.
And you are just glowing. How do you feel?
I'm doing good. Thanks. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for inviting me. I am a little bit early, but I thought I'd come and help you lay down some finishing touches and see what great ideas you have for your guests. And of course, I come bearing gifts. And I'm going to please ask you to open it now.
Sure.
Because it actually might come in very handy during the shower.
Okay. How cute is this?
I know, right? So cute.
I love them. Adorable.
And they go with your table setting.
Absolutely. 5 Roses Rooibos tea. What a perfect gift.
Yeah.
It's my favorite too.
I mean, it's practically all you can drink while you're pregnant, right?
Yes, because of the no caffeine. It's great throughout my pregnancy.
That's if we don't finish it during the baby shower.
That's true.
Anzette chose a neutral color palette for the baby shower and table setting, as she's chosen to not find out the gender of her baby until birth. So, mum's the word. Pardon the pun. Soft hues of cream, white and yellow are accented with a mint green. The menu features cupcakes, cookies, a statement cake, and some very traditional cucumber and egg sandwiches as a savory option. All the food gets a color-coordinated decoration with a simple mint green flag. For the room decor, bunting featuring the chosen colors adds a little bit of whimsy, so the guests know it's a relaxed baby shower. Adding quirky pieces like ribbon, lace, or even baby clothes helps to personalize the space. Wow, everything looks absolutely amazing. I'm so excited, but there is one thing missing. Some tea, of course.
Don't worry, Bonnie. I've got that sorted. Serving Earl Grey. And then I thought we can use your rooibos to make some refreshing iced tea.
Fantastic. For guests to enjoy the finest tea, all you need to do is place a few tea bags into your favorite teapot and add freshly boiled water. That's great, Anzette. Why don't you sit down and I'm going to make us the iced tea.
Thank you.
The best thing about making your own iced tea is that you know it's sugar-free, truly fresh, and you can flavor it to suit your desired taste. Rooibos makes a great iced tea because it goes so well with so many different types of fruit and flavors, and the 5 Roses Rooibos range is just perfect and delicious. To make the iced tea, simply brew a pot of rooibos tea. Once the tea has achieved the desired strength, decant it into a jug or stylish carafe and top up with ice blocks to chill the drink and keep it cold. For flavor, add slices of lemon, orange, and fresh sprigs of mint for a refreshing drink. Almost any fruit can be added to rooibos tea to create new flavor combinations. Anzette and I added the finishing touches to the table, and the guests are welcomed to this beautiful celebration. As the treats are enjoyed and the tea is served, the guests can spend time with the mom-to-be and celebrate a beautiful new chapter in her life. Tea is a great social drink, whether it's a midweek get-together with friends or a joyous celebration such as this one today. Whichever way you choose to have it, just remember, nobody makes better tea than you and 5 Roses.
Any occasion, anytime. Nobody makes better tea than you and 5 Roses.
Well, Welcome back to Afternoon Express on 3. Now, she is regarded as South Africa's first lady of fashion, with decades of experience behind her name, known for her love affair with colourful, bold prints, which she puts together at Leopard Frock, her Johannesburg-based studio. Joining us on our couch is the legendary Marianne Fassler. Welcome to Afternoon Express.
Gosh, Jeannie, that was quite an introduction. I'm always so impressed.
It is so amazing to always speak to you and to see you. I remember as a young girl sitting on my aunt's bed and looking at all of her incredible dresses, and I said, "What is this?" And she said to me, "It's Marianne Fassler, darling." And, you know, you've been in the industry now for almost 4 decades. What do you think it is about your style that has been able to just travel through time?
Well, I mean, you tell me how long I've been in business. For me, it just feels like every day is a new day. You know, I don't sort of look back. I think one has to look forward. So I want to, you know, because I'm interested in things, I want my clothes to be interesting. And so I would never be static. I mean, I wouldn't be happy with just, you know, repeating things that I used to do. And of course, I work with a great team of people. I do a lot of mentorship, and I have some really fabulous people working with me on the conceptualization and the execution of the range. So it cannot be done alone.
Yeah, you were once described as saying that you're anti-fashion. And I suppose that comes from being an artist, that this is maybe just one of your outlets. But how would you see your... I mean, you obviously do see this as just one platform of artistry.
You know, I don't want people to go around thinking they're walking around with an artwork on their back. No, I think that anti-fashion means that I don't like fashion imposing itself on you, although our clothes are usually very much on trend subconsciously, really, more than anything else. But I just want you to use clothing to express who you are. So I don't want other people to tell you what you should wear, although... You know, if one really taps into where fashion comes from, you would be on trend.
What I love most about your shows is always the colours and the prints. Where did your inspiration behind the selection process come from?
Well, we do have fun, and I think it shows. And we do like a show to be a show, but in reality, a show also has to sell. And so we want people to really desire those garments. And my primary inspiration is obviously the kind of woman who buys from me. It's who she is, you know, it's that sort of top of the pyramid is that woman. But she is interesting, and she is fabulous, and she is beautiful, and she is comfortable in her own skin. So I design for her, and that's usually my inspiration.
You touched on your team a little bit earlier. So Leopard Frock is the Marianne Fassler HQ.
Yes.
And everything happens there, as well as your mentorship programs.
Yes.
What's a day in the life of your studio like?
Oh, you should pop in and see.
I would love to.
It usually starts by me waking up and thinking, gosh, if I could come to work like that, with hearing people laugh as they walk up the road to come to the front door. Yeah. We start pretty early. We have hundreds of years of experience in there, you know, they just never leave. And then I sort of really cherry pick my number 2. And at the moment, it's a wonderful, what do I call her? This life force called Lizanne Vivier, who I really have a great partnership with in terms of design concept. I have also really good technical team headed by Sergio Cunha, John Hockey. And, you know, really great. I mean, everybody has a very unique space in that Leopard Frock team. And I think as a client, you will feel it because you meet everybody. It's not like come in and have this audience with Madame, you know. It's like come in and have some fun, you know.
Exactly. Do you think all of that love and enjoyment from your environment that you've created is kind of put through your collections?
Well, it does. Of course, it reflects. Yes. Yeah. How can unhappy people stitch happy clothes?
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
It's not. That's why I'm so sort of really against the disposable fashion industry. You know, these sweatshops that just copy. You know, there's no originality. There's no love. There's no, because actually. Sewing and handwork has put so many kids through university, you know. It's the one tool that women and men in Africa have of putting food on the table. It should be revered. The craft should be revered.
Exactly. You've also done quite exciting collaborations, if I can say that. Tretyakov being one of many. But take me through that relationship between you and him and the exhibition.
Oh, I just knew Tretchy. I mean, I'm always looking for interesting angles to my South Africanness, and of course Tretyakov and his beautiful portraits. And I made a point of driving up to his home in Bishop's Court and introducing myself, and that was great because I presented him with this irresistible leopard dressing gown.
Oh,
and we became instant friends.
Colour.
I knew he wouldn't say no. And yeah, he was a wonderful old flirt, and I really enjoyed his company. So I really worked very hard together with the Tretyakov Foundation to bring about a great retrospective of his work at the Iziko Art Museum. So that was Tretchy, yes.
And tonight, of course, your show opens at Fashion Week in Cape Town, and you've brought us a couple of pieces. Are these the pieces that are going to be on the catwalk tonight?
Yes, only 5 of 60.
Oh, wow.
But we hope to show you what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, let's have a look what we've got here.
I decided to use Joburg as my source of inspiration, but of course it's always been a very cosmopolitan, always been one of those cities that people pass through. So there's that sort of city that has more trees than people. It's this sort of urban jungle. Yeah. And it's always been very cosmopolitan. So there we've used colour, we've used a sort of image of a face, but we're inspired also by the buildings of Johannesburg.
That's the best definition of Johannesburg city I've ever heard. It's the city with more trees than people.
Well, it's true, yes.
That's fun. I always love a nice crop top.
Yeah. What we're selling you there is the very versatile jacket and some really comfortable clothes, and put together in a little bit more cheeky way, you know, with the crop top.
And colours, your colours make me happy. All right, let's see what we've got next. Oh, wow.
So we're known for print, but this time we've sort of disrupted prints a little bit. We've pleated them, we've combined them in unusual combinations. Denim is, of course, very trendy at the moment as well, and our last collection was full of denim, so we just followed it through with a darker denim. And this coat and pants, they're very versatile separates, so I never really see anything as one outfit, you know.
Yeah.
You can pull them apart.
I'm sorry, but that was an artwork. I love that.
You should want to just wear it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what have we got here?
Well, for me, as I said, my client, she loves a dress that makes her feel feminine. So here we've got quite a structured bodice, slightly high-waisted with our pleated African print on there, and denim again, which makes it much more youthful.
Gorgeous. And then next, of course, we have the incredible Alana Drago. Wow. You know what I love about this? You can dress it, I mean, you can wear this during the day or to an evening dinner party.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't believe one should sort of have these compartmentalized wardrobes, you know. I like to just be, if a garment's interesting enough, you can wear it whenever you want to.
Exactly.
But this is quite a tour de force in terms of that fabric you cannot buy. We put all those pieces together and then pleated them. And it is extremely comfortable, and with a pair of killer heels, she could go anywhere at night as well.
Absolutely gorgeous. And there you have it. Okay, so the show tonight, are you a little bit nervous? Quite excited.
You know, if I was comfortable then, or sort of smug about it, then there would be something wrong. That's what my husband says anyway, because you need that little bit of an edge before a show.
And is your husband the guy who kind of keeps you all together?
Well, he does keep me real.
Now, how much preparation and how much time goes into a show like tonight?
Oh, gosh. It's a long lead up. We had a bit of a opening phase of it. We had a little show in Paris. And then we built on the collection. So from 12 garments, we moved it on to 60 garments. But this is what we're going to be giving you for summer. So there's something for everybody. So it's from resort going right through into fabulous evening wear and possibly even a wedding gown.
Wow.
You'll see, because it's not a traditional wedding gown tonight. You know, it's very versatile, and there are lots of pieces that will suit lots of people.
Fantastic. Well, best of luck for your show tonight. And, you know, the reason for your success, I think, is that you are so powerful and yet so calming to be in your presence. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And very, very good luck for tonight.
Thank you.
All right, don't go anywhere. We're hanging out with Marianne Fassler and Alana in the loft today. And make sure you remember to enter our Go Green SMS competition. Don't want to miss out on our grand prize worth more than R500,000. We'll be back right after this.
The Afternoon Express team is going green. Join us every Tuesday at 4 p.m. until September as we bring you the most innovative trends in sustainable fashion, food, decor and design, as well as handy tips to help you reduce your carbon footprint.
Answer our Go Green question every Tuesday and stand a chance to win a R1,000 Woolies gift card every week.
Plus, simply by entering, you also go into the big draw for the ultimate grand prize worth over R500,000.
Including a dream sustainable kitchen makeover from Cordev, fitted with Bosch appliances with R300,000. Also, up to R250,000 worth of home upgrades so you can live off the grid. Plus, food and homeware from Woolworths valued at R75,000. And a R25,000 towards a school of your choice with My School.
So, go big, go green with Afternoon Express every Tuesday at 4 p.m. to win these amazing prizes.
South Africa, are you with us?
Welcome back to Afternoon Express on 3. Now, make sure you tune into Top Billing this evening at 7:30 on SABC3. Roxy meets up with celebrity chef Reza Mohammed. He makes her a delicious stuffed chili starter, and she does a blindfolded spice tasting. Nico checks out the production of West Side Story at the Artscape, starring Jonathan Rocksmith and Linnell Kennett, both of whom have joined us right here in the loft. Jade visits the Isimangaliso Wetland Park with Jonathan and Jay Anstey. Together they go snorkeling and meet a rhino face-to-face in the wild. All this and more on Top Billing tonight, so be sure to tune in.
Now, speaking of all of these amazing things that are happening tonight, I've prepared this bread loaf, and can I say I'm proud of it?
Look at what you made.
Well done. I'm very proud of us. So, is everyone going to have a piece of bread?
Yes.
I know it's maybe sacrilege, but it looks incredible.
First, let's point out that amazing cheese and bacon all over the inside there.
Thank you.
I'm really conflicted because I don't do carbs.
Do you do bacon?
But this is calling my name. I mean, look at that bacon.
But there's so much bacon and
stuck
cheese,
in the
it's
middle
kind
of
of
my
like,
bread.
can I have some bread with my bacon and cheese?
Basically like breakfast.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Something like that. You guys also just pick the little bits on the inside out. It's still nice and warm, so it'll have that beautiful, like, warm texture to it, which I love.
Well done.
And then the butter's going to melt. I'm going to have butter in mine, please.
So, yeah, I'll put some extra butter on yours. Yours, I'll give you with extra bacon because I know you love bacon.
Thank you.
And thank you so much to our guests for joining us. Are you looking forward to the show tonight,
Oh,
Marianne?
Yes, I'm first going to eat.
Yeah.
And, you know, then you can face the music. Once
Exactly.
you've got this in your stomach, you can face the music.
Ilana, thank you so much as well for joining us.
Thank you, such
You
a
look
pleasure.
ravishing in that dress.
Oh, Marianne, always. Every time I wear her clothing, I always feel like this powerful woman. Anytime.
I just love to see you eating our bread.
Yes, that's the thing. That's my guilty pleasure. Like, I eat bread every day. Sorry. You know, I need your carbs, and yeah, bread is a Brazilian thing, so I love it. I mean,
Exactly.
you know, it's brilliant.
Yeah. Well, it's been a great show, and it's been so amazing having you both in here. Thank you so much. All right, thank you for joining us, well, and I certainly hope that you make this bread at some point in your life. Remember, all of the details are on afternoonexpress.co.za. It is delicious. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. So from us, with love, good evening, good night, and happy eating. Ciao.
Coming up tomorrow on Afternoon Express, Bonang shares some makeup tips for your next blind date. We bring you two weird and wonderful acts all the way from the UK, and Jesse Clegg performs his latest single in the loft.
Another feel-good production.
Join us next time for more fabulous fun inspired by First for Women on Afternoon Express. For an insurance quote, call 0861 11 18 44 or SMS FIRST to 49267.